What's going on, guys? Yuri here, back in the living room. Today I've got a stretch belt. This is a cool device. This is actually a yoga belt, so you can buy this at Lululemon or any yoga store. So I'm going to show you 6 ways to use this bad boy to open up your body, to get a really good stretch that is going to take it to the next level. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm going to start standing and then I'll go to the floor, okay? If you don't have a stretch belt, you know what you can use is an actual belt, okay? You don't just have, it might help for 2 of the exercises to have a stretch belt because they have these loops, but if you don't, just use a belt, you'll be fine. Okay, so the first one, we're going to open up the rotator cuff muscles. So here's what it's going to look like. You can do this with a broomstick as well. You're going to hold the bottom like this and the top like this, and we're going to floss right through. So I'm getting triceps and rotator cuff at the same time, flossing right through. You can even get a little bit of a side torso twist in there, get the lats involved. Okay, you do a couple on one side, do a bunch on the other, get 10 reps or so. Just open up that upper back, those shoulder muscles, those rotator cuff muscles. Next, from a standing position, this is where it's helpful to have the loop, is we're going to do a standing quad stretch. You can do this laying down and I'll show you in a second. What you're going to do is you're going to loop this around your foot. You're going to bring this behind you, and I'll just come to the side so you can see this. This requires a bit of balance, obviously, but you're going to take your foot right back and you're just going to kind of like hang out. What's going on? So the idea here is that you want to get your heel towards your bum as much as possible. Squeeze the glute to loosen up or to actually deactivate the hip flexor and quad, and you're going to pull that back, okay? Brace the core so you're not arching your back and crushing your spine, and pull back as you need to get that heel closer to your bum. Now what you can do here as well is contract, so you're going to push out against the resistance, contract, and relax, pull back further. Contract, pushing out, and pull back further. That's called PNF stretching. This is a great way to stretch. Now, if that's too advanced for you and you can't stand, obviously you can do the same thing lying on your side. So here, you're on your side, and we're gonna bring the band over top. Same idea. You just wanna make sure the alignment is not over here, but your knees, your thighs are close together, and we're getting that nice stretch. This is a little bit more relaxing, obviously, so it depends on what you want to do, if you want to challenge your balance or not. So that's a good one. Next, we're going to do a 2-legged hamstring stretch. So from the side, really important. So I'm going to show you a couple of variations here with the feet. We'll start with the band or the stretch belt near the base of the foot, okay, towards the heel. I'll tell you why in a second. Sit up nice and tall, okay? Brace your core, torso as tall as possible, sitting on your sit bones. For some of you, this might be enough. Now, I want you to contract your quads, okay? If I can show you this somehow, okay? So notice the difference, relaxed, contracted, okay? Contract the quads, what that does is it relaxes the hamstrings. It's called reciprocal inhibition. You can't have 2 opposing muscle groups contracted at the same time. So, sitting nice and tall in the sit bones, contract your quads to relax the hamstrings. From here, maybe this is all you need. Okay, right now I'm feeling this, right? Now what we want to avoid is we want to avoid collapsing the back like that. Now you can do that if the goal is a little bit more of a nerve and connective tissue and fascia type of release, but if we want to get right into the muscles, at least initially, let's keep the torso tall, hinge at the hips, dig those heels into the floor, and start there. Then when you want to release, you can kind of come forward and hold there for a little bit to open up some of the back fascia. Now, if you want to take this to the next level, take these loops towards the top of the feet, okay, around the metatarsals or the toes, and that's going to pull back on the feet now. Now, we're getting way more calf and back of the knee action going on. So again, nice and tall, we're going to sit right into it, and that's pretty much all I need right there. Okay, it's pretty uncomfortable actually. So that's a 2-legged hamstring stretch. Next, we'll do a variation where we're lying down, and here it's pretty straightforward, okay? Lying down, you can do 2 variations. Knee bent gives your low back a little bit more support as you pull up, or legs straight out to open a little bit more of the hip area. So again, pulling the toes down, or you can have the loop closer towards the base of the heel so there's less calf action, a little bit more hamstring action. And you want to keep this leg nice and straight, nice and taut. This leg as well, contract in the quad to relax the hamstrings. From here, we can take it right over to the side, just like this. Whew. This is going to open up right into the IT band, right through the glutes, all the way in there. This is a serious stretch. Whew. Especially if you've got tightness in that area, like I do, at least right now. Ran some hills yesterday, feeling it right now. And there you go. You can also open this up to the groin side. So from here, you can open it up this way. Now we're getting more of the groin and right into the medial side of the hamstring. And then one more I'll show you is to open up the piriformis muscle, which is that muscle we sit on typically when we're sitting, and it gets really tight. So you're going to loop again around the foot, left ankle across the right thigh, and two options here. You can stay here if you want. You can loop, sorry, not that way. Loop this bad boy like that. You're going to push the knee away from you. So let me come around this side. So here, I'm stretching here. I'm going to push my knee away, and I'm going to pull my ankle in towards me. I can bring my leg off the floor to enhance that if I want to, or I can just keep it there. Now, if you're a little bit too tight and you can't come through, and some people like to pull like this and kind of come through like that, if you can't do that, just take the stretch band, bring it through the leg, pull back, and push this out at the same time. Okay, so you're pulling back and you're pushing. So I'm pulling and I'm pushing to open up my hips here. Just like that. Boom. So there you have it, a number of simple ways to use the stretch belt. Again, simple things you can do at the gym while you're watching TV, just hanging out at home. And it's, again, like, I don't know, a $10 investment. Simple things that make a huge difference. Give it a shot. Check out the link below at the blog. Leave your comments and questions there with respect to stretching and opening up your body. And thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.